Hey everyone, I have a very special guest today, Lazar Nikolov. How are you, Lazar?
Doing good. Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yep, been watching your videos, pretty interesting content. So I'm glad you're here. Thanks for showing up. Just for everyone watching today, the topic that we're going to be covering is Neovim, basically. Before we get started with the topic, we're just going to get to know Lazar a little bit more. So just want to ask you a few questions, if that's okay with you, Lazar.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so let's see. Who are you, basically, and where can people find you?
Yeah, so I'm Lazar Nikolov. I'm based in Toronto, Canada. I'm a software engineer, I'm an educator, and I work at Sentry, at sentry.io. I like to, as you mentioned, I run a YouTube channel and a Discord server. And where can people find me? YouTube. I try to reply to every comment. Try to reply to every comment. So that's YouTube, and this is my account here.
Okay.
Or you can also reach out to me on creatures.sh. This is like my Discord community. You can find me here if you want real-time communication.
Okay,
But
yeah, that's how I reached out to you. What is that creatures.sh about? Is it like just the name of your Discord? Is that why you chose the name, or?
Yeah, it's just like the what is it called? Alter ego or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna leave your YouTube channel in the video description, link to your Discord server as well, so people can find you there, right? So I just want to ask you, why did you start with YouTube, and when did it happen, and what made you take that jump?
Yeah, so I didn't start off immediately with YouTube videos. I just live streamed at the beginning, and that was November 2022. So almost closing in on 5 years ago. And what made me do it? I don't know, like all the cool people were streaming at that time. This is COVID, right? So all the cool people were streaming, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stream as well. So yeah, I started just live streaming on Twitch and archived all of the streams on my YouTube channel, and that's how I started to gain subscribers on my YouTube channel, because all of the VODs were there. But 2 years ago, roughly 2 years ago, I started to pay more attention to just proper YouTube videos, not just live streams, but YouTube specific videos. And I can say like that I do more videos now than live streams. It's like on and off with the live streams. I stream when I feel like it, you know.
Oh.
So yeah, I do have some live streams. My tab, you can see like from a month ago or 2 months ago, but there are definitely holes in. It's not an always on. Same with videos. Like whenever I feel inspiration, I'm just going to go and record a video. So yeah, it's not. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to upload every day or every week and just, compete with the algorithm. I just want to enjoy this process, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to turn into a
Burn
job.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, right? It's a lot of work. Difficult. You learn a lot of different stuff. Editing, recording, man.
Yeah.
Discord, manage a Discord server. Man, I have learned so much. And what kind of content can people find in your YouTube channel? What is it related to?
Yeah, so mostly JavaScript and web dev. You can see I got some stuff on Next.js, 10 Stack Star. That's like my new favorite framework. But then also some architecture stuff. Like right now I'm reading the fundamentals of software architecture, and I am going to restart this one. I took a little break, as you can see from the last video. I'm going to restart this one into more, like just go through all the chapters, and also got some Neovim. You see, why am I switching from Kitty to wezterm? I made a video about that. Desk setup, some clean architecture, again in JavaScript and stuff like that. Yeah, like it's JavaScript, it's Neovim, it's software architecture, stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, wonderful. So I'm just gonna leave that information in the description so people can find you.
Thank you.
So wonderful. Now, just to get to know you a little bit more, this is a new question that I added to the list.
Mm-hmm.
You mind mentioning two of your, I don't know, music bands if you like any?
Yeah. Straight out the gate, I'm gonna say Tool, because that's what I listen to these days. I love Tool. And I was thinking about like the second one, and I'm gonna say Metallica.
Oh yeah.
It has the longest track record in my life, so I'm just gonna go with Metallica. Yeah.
That which album? Justice for All, Ride the Lightning.
Ride the Lightning, definitely. I like the older stuff. It's not that I don't like the new stuff as well. It's just that I listen more to the older stuff. Whereas with Tool is the opposite. Like I like the newer stuff more when I listen to Tool than the older stuff. So
what do you like about Tool? I have tried it. And it doesn't click. We don't click. Maybe it's too advanced for me, you know, because timings are really complex, right? It's not just simple timings. No, it's crazy
it's
stuff
all
that
timing.
they play.
Yeah. That's exactly what clicks for me. Because I grew up in Macedonia. Nowadays it's called North Macedonia. If you try to look it on the map, it's called North Macedonia nowadays, and that's on the Balkans. And the folk music, like the folk music over there, is just odd timing.
Oh yeah, weird timings. I imagine, right?
Yeah, it's just like odd timings. When I used to go to I used to play in like the high school and elementary school orchestra, and I used to play guitar. We used to play those songs, right? The folk songs, because it was like a ethno music orchestra. So like I played a lot of odd time music. So Tool kind of naturally found its way, and I've only recently picked up on Tool, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm not mature enough. I have tried it, not well enough. You know, the drummer, man, it's crazy, right? But
insane. Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds too different. Maybe because I'm used to the traditional 4/4 timing. Yeah. So that
I think
could be.
That's the reason. It's like what you're used to, basically.
Yeah, that could be. I used to love metal as well when I was younger, but I just got tired of it, and now I don't even know what I like listening to be honest.
What do you play though?
I just tell Alexa, play jazz, and it always plays the same freaking song, always, right? Or if I tell it, Alexa, play classical music, it always plays the same song. So I hate Alexa. My wife hates it even more. So I just don't listen to anything then. I like 80s music, right? I like a lot of 80s, like pop music. Well, no, disco music, we could say. I like classical stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about movies? Do you like movie series? Would you mind mentioning too? Whatever you want.
I think like the movie that I was like most amazed by is definitely Interstellar. I watched it in the cinema, and it was wow. I really like that. And for the second one, I'm gonna add two, because I like a movie as much as I like a TV show, and that's going to be The Social Network.
Oh, The Social Network. Okay.
It kind of motivates you to, it gives you that feeling. It motivates you to, just code, work on stuff, build stuff. I just like that feeling. So that's why I rewatched it, I don't know how many times. But I'm also going to mention the Halt and Catch Fire. It's a TV show. Yeah. There it is. It's a TV show, 4 seasons, super unknown, but it gives you the same feeling that you get with social network, like wanting to, to bury yourself into a project and just,
Oh,
just
interesting. So
build
it's
stuff.
like programming, like tech stuff
Yeah.
related? Oh,
This show is based in the 70s at the beginning of personal computing. And I think it's not centered around real companies, although they mention Apple and Microsoft. But I think it might be centered around Compaq, which I think later becomes HP, Hewlett Packard. I don't know, something like
okay.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a really cool one.
Oh, I haven't heard about it, but I'm going to watch it.
Many
My
people
wife,
haven't. Yeah.
yeah, my wife is not gonna like it, because when I start watching something, I don't know, man. I just have to finish it. Sometimes I watch it 2, 3 hours every night, and she gets bored. And what do you think about this other one, Silicon Valley? Did you watch that one?
Yeah, it's cool. I like that one as well. I've watched it. I think the entire finished it.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool as well. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Interesting.
but it's gonna
Okay.
be on the third place. You
The
asked me
third
for
place.
two. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's gonna be the third place. So this is the second one, and
Yeah.
Interstellar the first one. Okay, great, wonderful. And let's move on to tech related stuff. That was to get to know you a little bit better, right? So, what's your operating system of choice, and why did you choose that operating system?
It's Mac. Why did I choose it? So I started off using Windows. I guess just like anyone. Right?
Yeah, we
It's
all
just
do.
cheaper.
Definitely. Yeah.
Plus, in Macedonia at that time, I don't even know if there were Macs around, and if there were probably like 10 in the whole country. Just kidding. Yeah, Windows was more available to us. It was more accessible to us. All your friends have Windows. When you go to like the internet cafes, you got Windows over there. So yeah, just started off using Windows.
And if you play, of course, you play when
Yeah.
you're a kid, right?
Well, you're a teenager, right? Of course you're gonna play. So yeah, but when I started getting into tech and programming and stuff like that, I started to basically I developed this wish that I want to develop iOS applications, right? So I wanted to make iOS apps.
Mhm.
And I think it was like the Apple branding that, kind of got me wanting to build for iOS, because I started building Android apps, but I wanted to do iOS. And on my first job, that was 2015, I had the opportunity to learn iOS on the job. But before that, I used the money that my parents gave me to, those were for a driver's license. I didn't end up taking a driver's license test. I reinvested that money into buying a Mac Mini.
Oh, Mac Mini.
Yeah, so that's when I started to like look into Objective C and stuff like that. But yeah, that's how I got into macOS, and it has been macOS ever since.
Oh, nice. And what are your thoughts on Linux? Why haven't you? I guess that a lot of people in the comments in your videos tell you that you should switch to Linux. Is that right, or is that not right?
They ask me like, what is like, if I explain something or give like a tip. Some people ask me like, what is the Windows alternative, or how can I achieve this in Windows? Right? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a Windows machine at home. Why I'm not switching? I don't know. I have this MacBook. It's the 16-inch one. It is the M1 Max. I paid a lot of money for it.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna spend more money on computers. And this is like a serious workhorse. It can handle anything. So I'm just, that's it. It's a computer. I have a computer. That's it.
Do you use a laptop or a Mac Mini? You continue with the Mac Mini.
No, that is too old now. The Mac Mini was 2012. So yeah, I'm just using the laptop. I don't have the Mac Studio or Mac Mini Studio or whatever it was called. Just a laptop. Yeah.
Yeah, I was I didn't know if to get a Mac Mini, because I have a Mac Mini is the one that is shown here in the background. That is my old, it's an M1 Mac Mini. Well, it's not too old, it's 16 gigs and works quite well, but it's not portable, right? So I just wanted to have something that I can move around. But yeah, so you don't seem to be interested in switching to Linux at all, right? Because you're used to Mac OS basically. But do you like the operating system? Do you like Linux? Or
well, being in the Neovim world on the internet, it is inevitable that you're going to see some pretty cool Arch Linux setups and rises and stuff, and it makes you want to switch. It's just that, that's going to unleash a different kind of demon that I don't have time for that at this moment. So Linux is cool. Yeah, when I see people using Linux, I'm like, I wish I'm that, but I'm good with Mac. For Windows, there are these occasional lazy Sundays where I don't want to do anything and I just want to like play a game. I'm not a gamer. I don't even have like proper keyboard up until recently to do some serious gaming. So I don't know any serious gaming, but occasionally I want to, right? And I don't have a Windows for that. Yeah. But I did find out, and this was like I think 2 weeks ago, I did find out that there is a thing called NVIDIA GeForce Now that basically lets you stream your games. So you can play like Windows games on Mac. So you're playing them on NVIDIA's servers. They just stream you the video output. So it's like Netflix for games, basically. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
But you have a very powerful Mac. You can play games there. There's this application called, what is it called? Porting Kits, I think it's called. You don't pay for it. I play Skyrim. I feel like playing sometimes, but I play for like an hour and I'm like, man, I'm just wasting a lot of time. I should be doing something else. I just close it and I don't open it again. Yeah.
Guilty feeling, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I get you.
But you can use this porting kit thing. I play Skyrim that way, and that's only available for Windows. And it plays quite nice. So if you have an M1
I didn't know
Max.
about that, thanks.
Yeah. Or there's other games that are developed for Mac that you just install Steam and you can play them directly,
Yeah, I tried that. There was like one that I tried. Keep forgetting the name, but it was like, I don't know, something like Counter-Strike, 2 teams, you fight. It's like a first-person shooter. I don't know.
Okay, wonderful. And what's your IDE of choice? I think we all know that. And
yeah, but I am alternating between Neovim and Cursor in my day-to-day life. So whenever I'm working on something, when I'm at work and I'm on my work computer, I use Cursor because it lets me like fly through the work that I need to do with the sacrifice or at the cost of clean code, I would say. Right. If you're using Cursor and you review the code that it generates, please do. You should always do that. Don't just like vibe code and just push everything to production without even seeing it. Seen people do that. Don't do that. But I'm not working on, for example, I'm not working on Sentry. I'm working on, because I'm in a DevX team, I'm working on demo applications that are basically disposable and that are there just to serve as an educational resource, right? So code cleanliness,
you don't care about
is not something that is, I'm not going to say top priority. It is a priority. I do need to write a presentable code, right? But I don't have to maintain that.
So that's when you use Cursor, then basically at your job, right?
Yeah, I can just, move faster, build these demo apps faster, and just, be more productive in that sense. Although I wouldn't do that for like projects something that serious. I need to push. Yeah, something serious. Projects that I need to maintain. So I'm being very careful if I do. Yeah. And otherwise, I'm just using Neovim. for my
Neovim.
projects. Yeah.
Okay, I see. I haven't tried Cursor. Is it good? Is it worth it?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it is pretty good. Well, my company has, licenses for everyone that wants to use it. So I don't pay for it. I'm not sure if it's, I don't know how much is it. It's like $20 per month or something, or maybe they made it more expensive. I don't know. I guess it's worth for $20.
Oh,
I guess it's
yeah.
worth it. Yeah.
If your company pays for it, why not? Right?
Of course. Yeah. But it is pretty good. It is. I find it that you have to give the right context for it to do its job properly.
Yeah. And provide
It's
documentation if
basically,
possible, right?
Yeah. And I've heard someone say it's like the intern at the company. So treat it as such, right? Treat it as you would treat an intern. So if you want something an intern to do and you don't give the intern enough context to do it properly, it's just gonna do, a mediocre job or whatever. But if you teach it and give it enough context, show the ropes, show it the where the holes are, where the gotchas are from, that's when it's going to do a really good job, and it's going to do the job that you want it to do. So it is important for you to understand the code that you're working on in order to continue working in pair with Cursor. Otherwise, it's just gonna, write
Come up with
messy code
nonsense.
on top of messy code, and it's just gonna be terrible.
And if you don't know, you're gonna believe it, and it's just gonna continue getting to a bad point. Yeah, you have to know what you're doing to be able to use those tools, and they help in that specific case. Or if you're learning, well, if you're learning, it's
good
difficult.
As well.
Yeah,
no,
if you're following,
you can talk to it, right? You can you can use its knowledge base to ask things and ask it questions like, okay, how do I do this and this, and how do I mix these two technologies? And it's going to tell you. You can try doing that, and if it doesn't work, it hallucinates.
Yeah.
It hallucinates a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And what made you start with Neovim, right? Were you on VS Code before? And why did you get started with Neovim? Did you watch someone do it, or what happened there?
I saw someone. I don't remember who it was. I saw someone. I think it was a person from my old company that was using it. Also saw some, some folks on YouTube showcasing what how they work, or on Twitch live streamers, and I'm like, okay, this is much faster than what I can do in VS Code, like the editing, moving, refactoring, just text editing basics were much faster than what I can achieve in VS Code. So I was like, this is totally worth it, worth the time and investment to learn Neovim and make it my main driver. And it is, and now I can't use like
else.
regular. If I can enable Vim motions, because I have Vim motions in Cursor as well. If I can enable Vim motions, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I was looking for an app, sticky notes app, in which I could use Vim motions. I didn't find any, right? So I just opened this kitty terminal, run like a trimmed down version of my Neovim config, and I have Vim motions. I have everything in here. So yeah, you cannot go to Word and type stuff in Word, because you're just gonna be pressing escape to go to normal mode. It feels inefficient.
It feels weird.
Yeah. All right. Great. And do you use your own configuration, or do you use a distribution for Neovim?
Yeah. Here's my my Dotfiles. You can also share this one. But I started with LazyVim, and lately it started to get too much updates and breaking changes and stuff like that. Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna ditch LazyVim, and I'm going to base my new configuration on top of Kickstarts, which is basically still lazy for just for the package management and nothing else. But yeah, I started off with LazyVim, the distro, and now I just have like I just use lazy for package management, but everything else is here, my own configuration.
Okay. So you're just following the lazy, what is it? The kickstart
Yeah.
file, right? And it has a lot of documentation. Did you finish it already, or you're still?
No, this is what I use.
Okay.
From time to time, I might add something, change, but this is definitely ready for production.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I do remember those breaking changes. It happened to me as well. The first one that was really painful was Blink when
Blink, yeah.
migrated from nvim CMP to Blink. Oh man, I did spend like a couple days trying to figure stuff out. Then Telescope was removed, I think, and was switched to FCF Lua. It didn't work for me. FCF Lua didn't work out for me, so I went back to Telescope. It was a little bit. I get it. So you just got tired of it and decided to go for your own distribution, then for your own config.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I like more control than what LazyVim gives me, and I know I can always disable the updates, and that's what I do now. I don't have the updates. Let me see if that's like over here. It's not, but in order to update, I have to like punch in lazy, and then I'm going to look at this screen. Yeah, so I know it's easily configurable in LazyVim, the distro itself. It's just that I'm also like, the other reason was, why am I loading all of these plugins that I'm not even using? And then, like I'm going to update, and then that update brings in, I don't know, snacks or some stuff like that, some plugins like that. I don't even use, like, I'm not using that one. So I'm not going to use it, right? Why do I need to install it and load it into the IDE when I'm not even going to use it, right?
Okay,
that was like the other reason why I ditched LazyVim and just went with Kickstart, still using Lazy for the package management, and that's it.
Okay, I've thought about getting my own config, but I know it's gonna take me time. It's like what you mentioned about switching to Linux, and I don't want to invest time in that right now. Yeah.
Are you on Lazy right now?
Yeah,
using Lazy?
I use LazyVim. Yeah, I'm still using LazyVim. I modify it to my liking, but it's difficult whenever you want to modify a specific thing. Oh man, you have to jump through a lot of hoops to be able to find the specific file and setting that you need to change. It is quite difficult, but
it is, yeah.
Yeah, it takes time. Then you just get familiarized with it and it becomes simpler, but it is tough. So what file explorer do you use? I noticed you have it on the right hand side, right?
Yeah, it's on the right, and that's because when I'm recording videos and stuff like that, and if I do this and you're reading the code on the left, it is not pushing the code, so it's not destructive, right? It's not breaking the layout.
Interesting.
So you can read here and like look at these things, right? Like you can follow with your eyes and read the code, while on this side I can basically try to find or do whatever, I'm create new files, etc. But I'm not gonna break your layout, basically.
Interesting.
You don't have to jump. Yeah, so that's why it's on the right side.
I hadn't thought about that, but now that you bring it up, let me see if I can switch to my screen. I don't use this neotree, but now that you bring it up, I do notice it. If I type that, everything switches over. Yeah,
if I try to follow along and read like vim.keymap.set and try to scan it with my eye, the moment when you open the file tree on the left side, it pushes the whole code to the right, and I need to find my way again. Then you're going to close it, and I need to find my way again. So that becomes annoying. So it's just for like, I don't know, LX, learning experience, right?
No, that's a pretty good tip. I hadn't thought about it. I don't use this what is it? Is nvimtree is the plugin that you use, you mentioned?
I think so. Yeah, I switched from neotree to nvimtree.
And is there a reason
file tree.
why?
Yeah, it is nvimtree. Yeah, but yeah, it's but I'm jumping through files using the fuzzy finder.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this is
I
just
see.
for moving files around, creating new files, deleting files, etc.
And why did you switch from neotree to nvimtree? Do you remember? Sometimes we change stuff. I don't remember why I do a lot of times, but do you remember?
It was just slow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like opening it, and then it took some time to open it. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was an update or stuff like that. And I was like, yo, I'm just gonna move over to something else that is widely used. nvimtree is widely used, so this is it. I'm happy with nvimtree right now. I only want the file tree and the ability to create new files, to copy that file, to delete files, etc. And I don't need a file tree that gives me like the buffers, because I have the buffers over here with leader, comma, and there are the buffers. I don't need the file tree.
Okay.
If I'm using Git, then I got lazy Git, so I can also see all the changes. So that's why I didn't really need all of the functionality that neotree brought.
Makes sense.
It's just I didn't use it like that. Maybe I'm not the intended audience, the target persona. So yeah, nvimtree does the job right now, and it doesn't lag. You can like open it and close it, and there's no lagging or anything like that.
Something like that happened to me on Telescope. I love Telescope. It's a wonderful plugin. I used it for a lot of time. But I felt that when I opened it, it was not too much, right? It was not like a second, but 200 milliseconds that I had to wait.
Yeah.
But it, even when you use it so many times a day, it becomes a problem, right? So I had to move to something else. Maybe it was something that I misconfigured. That could be the case, I have no idea, but I get it. I get that.
That's usually the case. Like these things happen when we update the plugins and something changes, and it starts to become slow and starts to drag itself during the proper workflow that we have. So I don't want to spend time configuring if that's like it's weird. It's weird.
And I also noticed that you don't use tabs, right? You use a picker for the tabs. Is there a reason why you don't use tabs? Or you use tabs?
Like Neovim tabs?
Yeah, for Neovim tabs. Yep.
Oh no, I just use like I got the buffers right here. I don't use tabs. If I wanna have like a different file, I'm just gonna open it in in a split, but I'm not in a tab. I don't use tabs.
Oh, okay. So you just open that buffers. What is it? Is it a picker or is it a telescope or?
I think it might be coming from fuzzy finder. Let's see. If I search for leader, comma, there we go. Fuzzy finder, FZF Lua.
Okay.
It is
Lua.
switch buffer. So yeah, leader, comma brings me into this, so I can see all the buffers. If I don't want this anymore, you can see like Control X. I'm gonna close that one. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do something similar as well. I don't like keeping tabs on the top because sometimes you end up with like 10, 15 tabs. And to me, it feels overwhelming. I feel like, man, there's too much going on. So I do something similar as well. Is that why you do it, or is there a different reason?
I don't need tab. I got tmux. I got the tmux tabs. If I open Neovim tabs as well, and if I have splits, I don't think anyone works in such a way that it it requires you to have tabs. I don't know. You can comfortably work without tabs.
Yeah, I am 100% there. Yeah, I also use, well, we're gonna get to the tmux part there, but yeah, I feel the exact same way. Yeah. Okay, and I don't know, I have the topics not organized properly because we're jumping between Neovim and something else, so I'm going to reorganize this.
It's fine.
Do you use a window manager in macOS?
Yeah, but it's not like the what was the name? air something or yabai. Aerospace or yabai. I just use. I just like to move windows but not automate anything. So that's why I use the key. The let me see. It is raycast.
Oh, raycast. Okay.
Yeah, raycast, and raycast has this thing, window management, and you can basically inherit from, let's see if it's here. There was like an option here to inherit. Maybe it's gone. But yeah, I used to use spectacle, and then I moved to rectangle, but I kept my spectacle hotkeys. And now I found out that raycast has this as well, and you can import the commands, the hotkeys from spectacle. So I'm like, one less app that it needs to run on your computer.
Yeah.
So I delete that one and just use the window management plugin from this. So yeah, it's basically what I do is this.
Oh,
and that's it. Yeah.
And how do you switch between apps? Do you have key maps for each one of the apps, or
no? Control and tab. That's
just
it.
like that. Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't keep too many open, I guess, so it's easier.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's usually like I usually have Mail and Slack.
Okay.
But that's about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Simpler is better sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? I was talking to Josh Medeski a few days ago. He used Yabai for a long time, and now he's not on Yabai. He's not on Aerospace. He's just using the macOS scene switcher. I don't know what it's called. The little thing on the side.
On the left side.
Stage manager. I think
Stage manager.
Called.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, people are. I don't know. As we get older, I think we I don't know. We tend to simplify stuff. Yeah.
We started to hate changes.
Yeah. Yeah, especially breaking changes. All right.
Yeah.
So makes sense. Makes sense. And which terminal is this? Which one and why?
This is Wez. Yeah.
wezterm.
This is wezterm. I have a video on my channel of why I switched to wezterm. TLDR, nothing specific. It was just I used to use Kitty, and the font that I'm using is Dank Mono. And Kitty made some changes, and I wasn't able to use Dank Mono anymore. So Wez it is.
Oh, okay. Mainly.
But what I like about Wez is that it has this pretty cool command picker. You see this?
Oh yeah. Yep. What is that?
Yeah. It's like a command picker, a command palette, right? And you can build your own commands. So I built the toggle terminal transparency command so that I can toggle the transparency. Let's see. And have something that sits. Let me open something
with
more colorful, yeah, so that you can see. I shot a few videos looking like this.
Oh, it looks decent because it looks blurred, right?
Yeah,
it's not just transparent, but it's blurred.
Yeah, so it's transparent and blurred, and I put my camera behind as the background. So with that stage manager, I actually created a video that looks like it is created by Deva's code.
Oh,
like this.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So if this is that video where I'm configuring the let me just get this. So yeah, you see how it looks like.
Yeah.
That was my goal basically. That was my goal with transparency and the blur, just so I can have these, I can have this effect whenever I want to, whenever I want to create this type of video, basically.
Okay. Looks quite nice. Looks quite nice, to be honest. Yeah. And I noticed that your desktop is really clean. You don't like seeing the dock, and you don't like seeing the menu bar on the top, right?
No, I usually have just the menu bar at the top. But now, because we're recording, I ran a script. There is a recording mode.
Oh, script that you have?
Yeah, recording mode, and this is going to undo the recording mode. And the script is pretty cool. I have it in my .files.
Oh.
So if you go to raycast, scripts, recording mode, it's an Apple script.
Oh,
and it hides the menu bar, hides the dock, hides the icons on the background, and it also doesn't let the dock pop up when you mouse down. So if I do the mouse, you see, yeah, it doesn't let it pop up. I couldn't do the same for the menu though.
Yeah, that is always there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
get
like
it.
that's the script. So I don't accidentally, do all of these distracting things. I just want to,
Yeah.
keep everything clean.
I also added, I have a recording script too to start and to stop. By the way, I didn't start it, but it puts me on D&D. So anyway, when you're recording, notifications are not shown, right?
Yeah.
That's a macOS thing, right? But I do have my own script as well. I don't remember what other things it does. It starts a few applications, like the one that shows my keyboard. It started with that script.
Keycaster, yeah.
Keycaster, yeah. That's the one that I use. Interesting. And what do you think about Ghostty?
Ghostty?
Have you tried it?
I tried it. Didn't see a reason why I would switch. I used to have like a blurred background. I removed it now, but I used to have a blurred background, and at that time, Ghostty didn't have the option to, or it did have the option that it just forced you to create shaders and stuff like that, so you can show that. I was like, why? But yeah, it was too early. And also this, like the command palette, I don't use this way too much. But like since I have everything in Wez,
why move?
Yeah, exactly. Like I saw zero reason why I would move to Ghostty.
Wonderful. And how do you navigate between projects? Are you a tmux user or
tmux? Yeah, look at the projects. It has like way too many.
Oh yeah. I created a script that it's in my Dotfiles too, right? That I execute, and it cleans up the sessions that I have not accessed in the last 2 hours. I configured it for 2 hours, right? But you can set your time there, because I ended up with, once you get to 15, 20 sessions, you don't use them, right?
Yeah,
they're just
I don't use
there.
all of these as well. Yeah, they're just there.
I just kill the ones that I have not accessed in 2 hours, and keeps things clean, quite useful. And why did you why do you use tmux?
For the same reason, yeah, just project changing so that I can also, have these panes and layouts. And if I want to do something here, I know, run a process and, write my code here and look at the changes. Maybe there's like a watch process that reruns the tests. I do have something for tests in this case, but, I don't know. Yeah, project management, easy, layouts with panes and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I use tmux. And it also, I also configured it to change to my tmux. Also configured it to change the continue and resurrect, basically the sessions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you use sessions a lot, right? That's one of my favorite features of tmux, sessions.
Yeah.
That's
sessions, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. And let's move on to another topic then. What about the keyboard? Do you use just a default macOS keyboard, like a regular keyboard? Do you use something
at work,
special?
Yeah. At work, yeah, but at home I do have something special. It is I'm using the ZSA Voyager. Let me try
the Voyager. Okay.
Really cool keyboard. This is like the main workhorse. It gets the job done. There we go. I put it on these magnetic phone holders that let me achieve this nice, 30-degree angle, basically.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this is the end game. I wouldn't use any other keyboards.
That's the one.
And I hope this one doesn't break and they discontinue it.
Yeah. So that's the one then. You're not going to be switching something else.
I do have, as you can see, you can't see it now, but I do have, in my background, I do have the Kinesis Advantage 1.
Oh,
it's
the one
here,
that
but
is
it's
one
off
piece?
the frame.
Is the one that is one piece?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
it's split, but it's
split, but it's
piece.
not split. Yeah.
Okay.
And it also has the key wells as well, and that's a really cool feature. And also have this one, which is a Sentry keyboard, a custom Sentry keyboard, and I use this when I do some gaming.
And like Sentry, your company?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so this is like a prize, you know, like a gift for all the employees. It's really nice, you know. It does have some,
Mechanical key
yeah.
switches, right? Okay.
I don't know what the switches are. I think they're just yellow banana, or I have no idea how they're called. But yeah, this is the keyboard. It's a pretty cool one. It's wireless. You can hurt someone with it. It's super heavy. But yeah, I use this one just when I'm, you know, doing some gaming. Because I need like a regular key. You can't game on the Voyager. It's not what it is made for, you know. And
Yeah.
yeah, and like there are some trophy keycaps as well. I'm sure you can see them. Yeah, just for like, you know, events and activities in the company. Like this is when my team won Hack Week last year, etc. You know, just yeah.
Nice. And don't you feel that you're missing keys on the Voyager? I thought about what I like about the Voyager is that it's flat, right? And it's really low profile. It's similar to like Magic Keyboard, which is my favorite keyboard by far. The Magic Keyboard, because it's flat and it sits on the desk. It's not the profile is really low. But I didn't go with the Voyager because I thought I would be missing keys. I guess you have to do crazy stuff around layer keys, right?
Yeah, layers. I mean, let me show you the config then. We got configure, and I'm not signed in. Let me sign in real quick.
Let me switch to another screen while you sign in.
Oh, it's
there you
just
go.
all right. I use GitHub. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So this is like my zero layout, the main layout, and I'm using home row mods here. So shift is on F, left command is on D, option and control. You can see I also have this shift because I still have the muscle memory.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, with the left pinky to hold the shift. So these are still there, right?
Okay.
Then layer 1 is on the right thumb. Layer 2 is on the right, on the left thumb. Layer 1 is the parentheses and arrows. So if I want to use the arrows, I need to press down the right thumb, and then I have access to the arrows and the like parentheses as well here, and the backtick and the tilde. And on this side, I have some mouse control. So like I can like move the mouse. You see?
And that's the layer 2, right? That's
Yeah,
the
this
other
is layer 2. Yeah.
Oh, you're moving the mouse right now with the keyboard?
Yeah. So I'm moving the mouse with the keyboard. There's like right click, left click. You know, I can click and drag without moving. But it's like you see, it's like robotic. It's yeah.
You wouldn't pass CAPTCHA.
Exactly.
with that.
Yeah. And like, you know, say previous tab, page up, home, and these are all here. Some, you know, media controls, volume, and brightness as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of people in my Discord that use Voyager keyboards as well.
Yeah.
It seems to be pretty popular.
Oh yeah, in my Discord, especially lately, in like the last 2 months, I think 3 or 4 people bought Voyagers, and we're like doing typing challenges. Let me actually try to show that here.
Yeah, bring it over. If you want to show over your Discord, bring it over here.
There we go. This is the Keebs channel.
Okay.
And we're basically sharing
the typing.
You know, like typing
have you reached,
scores and
what's your highest score? What's the highest you have made?
I'm in like 115, 120.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, but I've been at this for like a year.
Oh, okay. Okay, wonderful. The maximum I've done, I think it's like 108. But yeah, I don't like the keys that this keyboard has right now. The Glove 80, this is the one that I use. Let me show it on the screen. Let me switch to that screen.
I've always wanted to check out that keyboard.
The keys, those are the Red Pros. That's the name of the switches. I don't like them. I don't like them because they're soft. Yes, they're soft. I need something with soft switches. They're soft, but they're too
light. Like you accidentally press keys.
No, that's not a problem at all. I don't know. They're too I don't feel them secure. I don't know. I and they're not silent. I prefer one with silent switches. I got a set of silent switches. I have them there, but they were too strong for my hands. I love those. And they were designed specifically for the Glove 80. Those work quite well. I could type faster, but after a month, my fingers started hurting a lot.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah, so I had to take them off. I had to go back to the red switches. I'm gonna get the Plum Blossoms, which is a different set of switches designed for the Glove 80. They're silent as well.
Nice.
And they're really soft. But
nice.
We'll see. I just don't like these. I cannot type fast on these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And we already talked about AI. We covered that. Is cursor the only way that you use AI? Do you use it inside Neovim or?
Yeah, I do have like a setup in Neovim, but I don't use it.
No.
I use ChatGPT, the app.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I like the conversational nature of AI that I can use it for. Let me see. I'm using Avante. Right, so on the right side, this is where you type in your query. This is like all the context that you're sharing, and the output is going to be on the top. So let's see, what do we ask? I don't know, is everything in this file correct? I have no idea what to ask it, but yeah, it's going to use Copilot, and it gives you the response here. There is an option also to use it as like an agent, basically, and have it change stuff in your file, and then those are being displayed as like Git hunks. So you go through them and you accept specific hunks. But I don't know. I don't use that.
History of conversations here in Avante, because I used a plugin in Neovim, Copilot Chat it was, but I didn't keep history. It was very temporary, so I just didn't like it, and I just went back to ChatGPT. I just copy, paste into ChatGPT, paste back into Neovim. So can you keep a history of your conversations here in Avante, and that's it?
I don't use the history here.
You don't use it, so you just use the ChatGPT app directly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Same here. All right. And are you working on any projects at the moment? Like, I don't know, any personal projects or anything you want to?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The one that I have shared on the screen, it's called Beyond React, but I'm definitely changing the name. I'm like rethinking the design, etc. So it's basically my own learning platform. I also have I got a lot of stuff here.
And is it going to be video related or?
Everything related, so tutorials, like video lessons, and
video lessons, okay,
and whole courses as well. I just want to push everything, basically.
Okay.
But let's see, I'm gonna log in with GitHub.
So is it going to be only React related?
No, that's the thing. I started it as like with an idea of it's going to be around React, like beyond React. So there's also backend and databases and architecture, system design, but I think I made a mistake positioning it around React. So I'm just gonna redesign everything and just call it something else. It's still not released, as you can see. There's
something more general, right?
Yeah,
which you can encompass more things. Okay, makes sense.
But I started working on this instructor portal as well that lets me, write the articles right here and update them, set the thumbnail, just like basically I'm building a whole CMS from scratch.
Oh, wonderful. Interesting.
Yeah, it's just something, It's just,
and when are you releasing this? Do you have a time frame or not yet?
No, not yet. Yeah, I'm just I'm gonna redesign it now, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be beyond React.dev. I'm just gonna let this one, expire the domain. I'm gonna get a different one, and it's still gonna be that. But it's not gonna be React specific. It's just gonna be like full stack with like design, system design, architecture, stuff like that.
Oh, nice, wonderful.
So like this is what I'm working on. It's a pretty cool project. It's a monorepo. I got these two applications right here, the instructors and the main. There's also libraries for authentication, DB, object storage, types, UI. Basically, this is how I have it split, and I just have it deployed on a VPS. So it's pretty cool project.
Nice. Okay. I will definitely check it out once it's ready. I have to take programming seriously, man, because my stuff is more infrastructure related, but you need to learn programming, something, web dev or, I don't know, backend. But I just, rely on infrastructure. The way that I use Neovim is mainly to document my stuff. That's why I started with Neovim, but I have to take programming seriously. I would like to, I don't know. I don't know what technologies I'll be using, but I will find something. We'll see. Okay, but yeah, do let us know when that's available. I guess, of course, you'll publish videos about it when it's ready, right? So people can
might even like revamp my YouTube channel to include that branding as well. So like I can cross post to both the website and also the also my YouTube channel. So yeah.
Oh, hey, and what happened to the beard, man? Are you going for the Primogen look or what's happening?
No, it's like I wanted to change. I started growing it when I turned 20, and last year I turned 30, and it took me a few months to figure what I want to do next. Yeah. So I changed a bunch of styles. Cut my hair and the beards. So I landed on this one. No.
Yeah, I noticed the hair is different too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the mustache, why did you keep it? Like it was going to be too different. No?
Yeah, just like plain mustache. So it's like a challenge, a personal challenge,
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to make it look good as long as I can.
Yeah, my wife tells me that I should shave. I don't even get a beard. My brother-in-law thinks that this is the way that I shave myself, that this is my style. No, it's not my style. It's just that I don't get anything here, man. I just have a few hairs in here, so this is what I get,
Yeah, that's basically, what you're born with, what you're working with. So like embrace it. That's it.
Yeah. And I'm too lazy to just cut these off. I cut them from time to time. My wife is the one that tells me, you should cut them. And I'm like, especially for the video, I should have done it. She's going to be like, I know what she's going to say. Yeah. And do you have CLI tools that are your favorite? We already talked about tmux. We've been here for an hour. I'm taking too much of your time. So if you want to...
It's fine. Yeah. Well, check this out then. I showed it already, but lazygit. I like lazygit, and I also have it in Neovim as like a pop-up. So lazygit is one of them.
Okay.
Lazydocker is another.
Okay.
Yeah, so now it's probably not running. I don't have Docker running.
Okay.
But hold on, why is this happening? Yeah, Docker is not running. Well, let me just boot it up real quick because I really want to show you this. Lazydocker is the same as lazyvim, same UI, same. Let's see, lazydocker. There we go. So all the containers should start, so you can see the logs. And I also have this installed on my VPS as well. Like I can look at the logs over there. What's cool about it is that you can also look at the stats. So you see like a charts in your terminal, which is crazy. But yeah, it's pretty cool, You
don't have to be typing the Docker commands, right? Docker image, Docker start, stop,
especially
nothing. You
for
can
logs.
Do it from there.
Yeah, like I can do that, but it's just much faster if I, do this. Look at the logs. The logs are always isolated. You can like look at the environment, like all of the variables that are inside of that container, right? So you can debug any environments issues that you might have. Stats, if you want to look at,
CPU, RAM, right? Okay.
Yeah, like it's pretty cool. And also volumes, you see the volumes, the networks. if you have some networks misconfigured, you can see like all of the containers that are in this network. You might be missing one, so you'll be like, oh yeah, there we go. We don't have that
It's
container.
on a different network. That's why you cannot talk to that container. That's quite useful.
That's very useful. Yeah. So like these, I guess these two, yeah, LazyGit and lazy. I don't use btop a lot. I mean,
but it's there. Yeah.
It's there. Yeah. I have it configured fancy, like with a gradient.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can play with this because I don't even use this.
That's the way that I use it too. I just, well, to be honest with you, I never run btop, just when I want to show off. But
exactly.
Other than that, yeah, I don't use it too often. All right. And do you have macOS favorite applications? Do you have any?
Yeah, that would be Raycast, the one that I showed, which is like a replacement for Spotlight with all the extensions. Because I can do, I don't know, like 10 meters in like feet and inches, or like Fahrenheit to Celsius, all the conversions, or like USD to Canadian dollars, right? It's just like all the converters are here. All the apps are here, wezterm, as you can see. So it's like a really, really, really cool little tool. Another one that I might mention is like, I don't know, Clean My Mac.
Oh man, I got in trouble in Reddit.
Yeah.
Because of Clean My Mac, man.
Why
I
so?
posted in the Mac apps subreddit, and I don't know if the Clean My Mac company is Ukrainian, and there were a lot of. I didn't care about it. It was fun. I was just playing with them, but it got like, I don't know, 250 upvotes. But a lot of people hated on Clean My Mac because it's Ukrainian, I think, and I think the other guys were from a country that,
most likely Russia.
Yeah. So
doesn't matter. It's a cool app.
I do have it installed, and I use it from time to time. Yeah, I'm okay with that application. Yeah,
like especially if I want to see, for example, when I used to stream, I wanted to check if my internet is up to speed. That it can handle, that there's no issues. Sometimes I clean up cache files and stuff like that. Why do it by hand?
Yeah, DNS cache. Yeah. Sometimes it helps. And do you have another one or just those two?
I'm gonna stick to those two.
All right.
And maybe this one, better display.
Better display. Oh man, for sure. There's a lot of people that don't even know about better display, and you just get.
This is a must.
Yeah, if you don't use an Apple monitor, you have to install. You have to install this, or it's gonna look really horrible. Did that happen to you as well?
No. That's the thing. I don't know. Check this out. So I had this video of reviewing the BenQ monitor.
Yep.
Because they sent it to me. I was like, yeah, I need a new monitor, so I'm gonna review it and get to keep it for free.
Okay.
And people are like, why? Like, it doesn't scale on Mac. There's a scaling issue. I was like, have you ever tried it? No issues at all.
No, and even if you have better display turned off, it works well.
It works. I mean, I installed better display much later because people kept recommending it. I'm like, okay, is gonna get better than this? And I installed it, and it didn't get better than that. So I was like, weird. I don't know why people have all these issues, but I didn't have the issues. I installed this much later.
Oh, so it seems that the monitor is optimized for Mac. It seems, right?
I guess. I don't know what was the issue there. Some people say that it's like the scaling, the icons and stuff like that, but I don't care about that. I didn't even see it as an issue. It wasn't an issue. Like, what am I going to compare it with? I don't have the Mac display, so I don't know how it looks like that, right? So
no, when it looks bad, you're gonna notice. You will not be able to read. Because I use an Asus monitor. It's not one of those gaming monitors. It's a ProArt something, right? So it's for graphical designers. I'm not a graphical designer. I just wanted something with good colors. It's a cheap monitor. And it looks horrible. If I just use the macOS, the system settings, display settings, man, the resolutions, it looks...
I think it's the... Where was that? I think it's like the high DPI.
Yeah, high DPI ones, those look good.
Yeah.
but it looks too small. I'm getting older. I'm like 37, I think, right now. I couldn't use the biggest resolution, which looks pretty crisp. No, I had to find something in between. So if I chose one of the middle resolutions, it looked horrible using the system settings. But with better display, I choose the resolution that I want, and it looks
Yeah, it allows
quite
you more
well.
options. Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus it's like free. I don't have the paid version. You can see the little thingy right here.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And it does the job done. You know, it's
Yeah.
just does the job. Yeah.
Works quite well. All right. So let's move on to the next section of the video. Then if there's still someone watching, I guess they're gonna skip to this part, I would assume. So your plugins. I do see here first on the list, grug-far.
Yeah. Grug-far is something that I use a lot. Let me see, grug-far. It's basically for search and replace, or far is find and replace. That's what FIR is for. And, you know, it's basically search for grug far in, I don't know, .config/nvim. So we can see that we have two matches now. These two, if I want to replace that with, I don't know, grug-far, I can just do this, space R, and you can see on the left, we have grug-far instead of grug-far. So yeah, it's pretty cool plugin that lets you, you know, lets you do like project-wide search and replace.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite plugins too. Let me just quickly show you how I use it so we can just compare. And I didn't know about this, man. I spent way too long not knowing about this. I just keep, you know, this is my blog post. I know I should be using templates or something. No, I just keep all of it in Markdown, and I just keep everything here at the bottom, right? So I have the same sections on each one of the files. I'm not using a template. No, I just have them here because they're also part of the table of contents here. If you go to contents, they're there. So I just want to keep that table of contents, right? So let's say that I need to modify this in a lot of different files. Man, I used to do this by hand, but look at this. I'm just going to bring grug-far, and it has this. It grabbed what I had, visually selected. Yeah. It adds this multi-line string, and it matched 57 files, as you can see here. So I can replace that section in all of those files in a matter of seconds, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the ones that I like a lot. And the guy, Magic Duck, he's pretty nice guy. He helped me with some questions I had. And I also created another one in which I can search for the just within the file, right? He has a cookbook in the repo. So if I type later S1, it's just the key map that I created, right? So it's just going to search in this file. It's automatically going to add it to the path, right? Because sometimes I don't want to replace stuff in all the files, right?
All
just
the files,
one. Yeah. So I think that, and if you visually select it, it's just going to grab that and add it to the search thingy.
Yeah.
So you don't have to type it there. Those are the ones that I use the most. But yeah, seems we have that one in common. That is definitely one of my favorite plugins. It's so useful. So useful. Yeah. Yeah. So you also you also have here on the list LazyGit. We already went through that, so we don't need to cover it again, right?
Yeah, just like all the Git commands that you need, just right there, right? Stashing and just like checkout, git pull, push, everything.
Wonderful. What is this overseer.nvim? I hadn't seen this.
All right, that's pretty cool. Like, check this out. Overseer is basically a task runner. All right, so we're in the project right now, right? And I can do leader O and then T to toggle it. And you can see it on the left. It's like an empty panel right now, but what it can do is it can run tasks. So leader O and then R for run. It can run any of these tasks, and it automatically picks them up from the package.json, or I think it's smart enough to pick it up from wherever, you know, package manager you're using or task manager. I don't know. So let's run graph, and you can see it automatically opened, you know, the browser, but there's that task running. right?
Oh,
And this is what the task is doing, basically. It just renders a graph of all of basically my monorepo here. Right. Now I can do OA to act on a task, and I can basically like dispose it, stop it, save it, retain it, watch it, etc. I can pull the what was that? I can pull the I can open the terminal in the current window, in the floating window, in a horizontal split. Let's open the horizontal split, and you can see that it opened a little terminal at the bottom
okay.
with the with the command output here. So like
Okay.
that's basically overseer. It's pretty cool. I don't use it that often, but if I want to quickly run a task like this and not open a terminal or stuff like that, I can just easily do that. No, yeah, that's basically overseer. It's just like a task runner. Check it out. It's gonna pick up one issue that I have. For example, if I'm here and I'm in the monorepo, and if I do OR, it doesn't pick up. It picks up only on the commands registered in this project's package JSON. But if I toggle it from the file picker,
Okay.
I get the top level commands here. So that's the only thing that I need to pay attention to. But yeah, basically that's overseer. It's pretty cool.
All right. So that is the first one that you wanted to take a look at. Seems pretty interesting. That's overseer. Okay.
Overseer,
And
yeah.
then you have tmux.nvim.
Yeah, and that allows me to navigate between panes and Neovim, like without a hassle. So here we are in tmux. This is all Neovim, right? But I can control and move between these, so you can see where the cursor is, right?
And is this like a plugin then that you install? It's not
Yeah.
tmux itself. It's a plugin.
It's a plugin, yeah, and it allows you to even like resize properly, the panes.
Interesting. LazyVim has that because I switched between panes and LazyGit with control something. I don't know. Okay, but interesting. I didn't know about that one. Thanks for sharing that. And the next one I see here is nvim.ufo.
UFO is pretty cool. It allows you to toggle the folds like this, right? And it's not something that you can do in Neovim, but why I like it is that I can actually preview what's in the fold. See? So this is what's in the fold. And that's just basically by doing the hover Shift K on the folded line, and it's going to give you... Let me try to fold this whole route, basically the whole config.
But it doesn't... Does it also take care of folding, or is it just to preview the folds?
It does take care of the folding as well. Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah, here's the preview, right? Capital K or the hover. And it's basically pick folded lines under cursor. Yeah, so if I fold this and then do this, I'm in. And I can even do Control W again to jump into the fold, into that little window, because it's not a window. Maybe it is a window. I don't know how it's called in Neovim. But yeah, it's basically what UFO does.
Oh, interesting. And that's in your .files.
Yeah.
Okay,
NVIM UFO.
Okay, great. You have inc-rename after in the list?
Yes, this is a pretty cool one as well. It lets you rename variables and stuff like that using LSP. So for example, here's the thing. There's a little issue. When you do it the first time, it doesn't work, but you have to restart it. So leader code rename. That's how I have it set. It's not going to work now. So I need to hit enter. There's an error that I keep ignoring. But if I just hit enter and do this again, now I have this little panel at the bottom that it gives me a little preview of all of the occurrences of this word. So I can rename it like this and hit enter. It's going to be renamed.
Okay.
Using LSP.
LSP, that was gonna be my question. So it's LSP then. Okay.
Yeah. It's not like a word occurrence. No, it has to be this theme that comes from here.
Okay.
See, like these are not changed. This has been aliased as themes. So I'm not changing the original variable. I'm returning it here, but inside of the root document, I'm basically locally renaming it to themes.
That seems pretty useful, actually.
Yeah, I use it a lot.
Okay, wonderful. And I also have you have neotest. I also see you have neotest after. What is that about? I haven't used it.
Oh, let me see. Neotest is basically, it's going to open this panel on the right side, and it's going to scan for all of the unit tests that you have. So for example, in this application, I have a whole bunch of unit tests, right? Even with the like the files and suites, etc. So these are all the suites, and these are all of the cases inside. So you can just R to run it, right? So you can just go to the top level and run all of the tests. It's going to show you which one breaks, which one runs. Right now they're all running, but if we were to break, it's just going to be an X. And there's also a debugging included as well. So if we go to any of these tests, you can see that it adds icons to your gutter. So I can run this one, TR, right? Test run. And it passed, right? So I can also do T and then D. It's going to debug the nearest, and it's going to spin up. Let me see. I'm going to add a breakpoint here. It's going to debug. It's going to spin up the nvim dap, and now we are debugging the unit test itself. See?
Oh, wonderful. So it's a debugger then.
Yeah. It's not debugger itself. It just hooks into nvim dap, so you can debug this. So let's go one more line, and let's check out the collection. This is the data of the collection, and yeah, this you get all the panes, the standard panes, including the test pane that's on the right side here.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna check that out.
It's pretty cool.
When I take programming seriously, I will definitely check it out. Because seems that you do need it. And the last one I have here on the list for you is Cyberdream. What is that?
Yeah, Cyberdream is just the theme, basically. The colors, etc. I used to, let's go back to color scheme. I used to use Catpuchin, and if you look at my .files repo, you're going to see that it says that I'm using Catpuchin, but that's not true. I'm not using Catpuchin. I reverted back to, I turned it on for like a week, and I couldn't. I'm way too used to Cyberdream. So yeah, the theme that you're looking at is Cyberdream, and it also works really well with the transparency mode because it's more high. It's like a bit higher contrast, but it's not like a terrible high contrast. So this is, yeah, it's a theme basically.
Interesting. So that theme looks quite well. Do people tell you something about the colors, that they're too bright or something?
No. It's fine. Like I would expect someone to complain about the lack of contrast than the too much contrast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, too much contrast is more, easier on the eyes than too little contrast. So error on that side.
Oh, yeah. So I guess I'm not going to go over my plugins because we've been here for an hour and a half and we just had 1 hour planned, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly switch to my screen. If someone that hasn't watched, let me see, here it is, plugins. I go over my favorite plugins in a video that I released 2 weeks ago. I basically cover all of the ones that I was going to talk about in the video, so people can find them there, right? So just we don't have any more time. So any final words that you want to share? Anything else you want to share before we wrap it up, Lazar?
I don't know on what topic, because we touched a lot of topics.
Yeah, I don't know, anything that comes to mind. I'm just gonna bring up your YouTube channel again. Gonna switch to your screen so you can show your YouTube channel so people can go there and subscribe.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna leave it in the video description so people can find it there. Just click on it, subscribe, and go watch your videos. So any final words then?
Many final words. Well, I don't know, like, thanks for watching. To the viewers, thanks for inviting me. To you as well. This was fun. It's always fun to, you know, compare Neovim configurations, talk about tooling, talk about stuff. I don't think that's ever going to be boring to me, honestly.
Yeah. No, and especially thanks to you for coming in. You know, thank you very much for joining. If there's someone still watching the video, I don't know if there is, but if there is someone watching, let me know in the comments. Do you like this type of content? Do you want to see more videos like this? Or if you don't like them, because people don't say anything. And I don't know, right? I don't know. Do they like them? They don't like them. So, yep. Yeah, appreciate you. And hope you have a great day. And I'll see you next time, Lazar.
Yeah, you too, man.
Bye.